Hey, got you right there. I didn't know why I had a blank screen, but it's because I hadn't added myself to the stream, which is a rookie mistake, to be quite honest. I should know by now. I'm just trying to get random Spanish notifications coming up. Um, like notifications coming up in Spanish language. I must have clicked allow notifications on some website that anyway, you guys don't need to hear this. Hello, I hope everybody's doing okay. Um, it is lovely to be back with you. It's lovely to be live. Or at least I think I'm live. I don't see anyone, but it does say live. So there we go. Um, yeah, I've not been with you in I think it's been maybe a couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe. Because I was away in Gran Canaria Thursday to Thursday, so it meant the two Thursdays were affected. So it would have been 3 weeks. So it would be 3 weeks since I last seen you then. If two Thursdays have been, I've not seen you in two Thursdays. Um, well, I'm seeing people on the YouTube chat, but it's just taking its time appearing on the StreamYard chat. There we go. Simon, hey Simon, how you doing? And Donna, hey Donna, how are you? And Brenda as well is on the YouTube chat, but not yet. Oh, there we go. There you are, Brenda. Hi. Hey Sandra, how are you? Um, yeah, I was just having a wee bit of a tech moment there. Um, Several tech moments to be honest, because the first thing that went wrong was my phone that I use, my old phone, uh, that I use for the table camera. Um, you know, this one. Uh, that was when I was connecting it, because for some reason I need to connect it with a cable to the computer for it to work through OBS. Now, it never did that with my old computer, but this one, it seems to be like the firewall or something. It just doesn't let my phone connect wirelessly. So I need to connect it with a cable, which is fine. Um, oh, there's Zane. Hi, Zane. I feels I've not seen you in ages. It's lovely to see you. What was I saying there? When I connected it with a wire, it was coming up saying there was either moisture or something in the port. Um, so I've had to I've got like a toothpick thing. I've never used it to clean my teeth, obviously. But like, I've got one of these wee things that I use to clean my phone out. Um, and I got some ooze came out of it, and that seems to have sorted the problem. I'm hoping that was it anyway. So that was the first thing that set me back. Then when I was trying to connect, just like my phone in general to OBS, took a few. I've always got to mess about with it to get it to work. It's a bit of a pain. And then yeah, I went live and forgot to add myself to the stream. So the start of this live, it will just show a blank screen and probably me being very confused. Or sounding very confused. Let's see. I've said hi to Sandra. That's Robin's here. Hi, Robin. How you doing? We've got the lovely Regina. Hey, Regina. How you doing? Um, Regina says, hello, everyone. A hand's full of wire again today in case I miss any hellos. Debbie from Aquarius. Oh, hi, Debbie. How are you? Getting ready for your commute home. Buckle up. Well, I hope that it goes okay. Is it still light for you guys? It's starting to get really dark really early here, so it is. I noticed that the other day when I was leaving to go tutor, so that was at about, well, I suppose it was about 6 actually. So that's not that. No, I tell a lie. It was about 5:30, and I was leaving to go and tutor in Cumbernauld, and I know that it was like nighttime, and that was the first time it had been quite so dark when I was leaving. Um, when I was leaving for tutoring. So yeah, it's getting very dark very early is the point that I'm making, although I'm whittering on a wee bit. Let's see. Do. Bell's here. Hey Bell. It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you to say. Do you know that's actually funny that you've popped in because I so I'm going to have to explain why I'm saying that because so when I was on holiday I got a particular deck. It's not tarot. It's a particular system. And the only other exposure that I have to this system is through your tarot deck. It's the I Ching. And I've never worked with that really, or I've never even it's never come into my sphere. But when I got your deck, the latest edition, in fact, it's right behind me, um, you've obviously got some kind of a I Ching. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I Ching. Um, like worked into the deck, and it kind of made me curious. And I'm quite a mathematical brain. I like a good system, as probably lots of people will know. Um, so that it actually got me quite into it. And when I was away on holiday, I saw right here it's here. I don't know if anyone's seen this. I saw this deck. I saw it and just kind of I glanced over it, thinking, I'm not really an I Ching person. It's not my thing, so I wasn't going to get it. My husband, on the other hand, is right into all sorts of history, really, but in particular, like Chinese history and all that kind of a thing. He just saw that and thought, that looks really interesting. You should get it. And I was like, to be honest, I don't really dabble in I Ching, Sandy. I'll just leave it. And he looked up the cards on his phone because he really wanted me to get it. So he looked it up, and the images are beautiful. So they are, and he convinced me to get it. So yeah, I filmed a video through the week, um, like showing you doing like this is my holiday haul. These are all the decks that I got on holiday. And this was in it, and I said in that video, the only exposure that I've got to I Ching is Bell's deck. Um, And yeah, here we are. That's why I'm saying it's funny that you're here because I never actually uploaded that video because I filmed it all, half an hour video, and my microphone wasn't connected to the bloody thing. So no one's going to get to see that video because there's no audio. It's just me. So unless you're really good at lip reading, it's just me miming. So yeah, that was a big long story. Um, but yeah, I don't know if anybody's seen this deck, but it was absolutely beautiful. It is so it says in the back it's by Klaus Holitzka, and it says I Ching cards in the style of classical Chinese watercolor painting, keys to the ageless wisdom of China. And there's like 64 of them, one for each hexagram. I'll show you some of them. Let's see. So Robin says, I just posted a very brief hashtag stocking stuffers, and I'm curious to hear what decks everybody might gift to a friend and their stocking. Something you love or something you think that they need. Ooh, that sounds like quite a cool hashtag, Robin. I might check it out. Uh, see. Yep, I Ching, I'm pronouncing it perfectly. That's okay. Um, Sorry, I'm very faffy today. Right, I'll turn on the table camera for it just to kind of show you, and I'll move some of this shit out of the way. Um, oh, Robin says I have that I Ching deck, definitely one I need the little white book for. So, Robin, what I'm doing, I'll show you later. I'm getting very scatterbrained, but I'm trying to tell you about 10 things at once. So these are the cards. So it starts off, you're just like, all right, okay, it's not very illustrative, but then as you get more into the deck, you realise actually, it is that's just because that was the first one. So this is like Earth over Earth, hexagram 2. And then it goes into some of the other ones that I don't really know. um, so some of them look at that, and this one as well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really pleased with this find. I think it's absolutely stunning. And there's nothing like a like a really nice deck to get you into something, into a system. Um, like Kristen's deck got me really into the runes, and you know, so yeah, this was one of my holiday finds, and I'm really pleased with it. So Robin, what I was going to say there was what I'm kind of trying to put together just now, if I can find it. There it's there. I've not made it yet, so I've got the trigrams on one side of a bit of paper, and then I've made an 8x8 um box, and I'm going to just so once I'm going to basically put all the information in here. So like you know heaven over all the other ones, like earth, thunder, fire, etc. Um, and then it'll be in a table format. I think you know what I'm getting at, but each one I'll probably have just like the key phrase that comes with it. Like the one that comes to mind is like pushing through or non-bite, I think it's sometimes called. Um, so yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to laminate it because I've got a couple of these things that I've laminated. Like I've got that's the Deacons, and then I think I've got one for one of Scylla Conway's decks as well. Just the what's it called again? Days of Creation. So I've got all the titles on here, and although you can't really see it, it is color coded. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I digress, but it's just as well I digress because, well, I'm not really that interested in a person otherwise, so I wouldn't have much to talk about. Right, okay, we don't really need to see my arms whilst I'm speaking. So definitely one. So I'm looking forward to reading the Little White Book, and I'm looking forward to kind of finding out more about it. And like the Little White Book for Spirit Keepers also has some information on the system as well. So yeah, I've got some stuff that I can get started with, and then if I find myself really drawn to it, I can properly look it up. That's the plan. I was just looking at that I Ching deck yesterday, says Donna. So funny, isn't it? I got that in Gran Canaria. I was on holiday in Gran Canaria, for anyone that doesn't know. I was there for a week just recently, and I had never seen it before. And as I say, I got it because my husband convinced me. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that story. You'll have to overdub your voice, Chris. No, I don't think I'd have the patience for that. I think I would prefer just to re-record that, just record it again from scratch. Um, Hello to everyone in the chat. Hi Simon, great to see you. Gorgeous images, says Simon. Yeah, they are really nice, aren't they? They're beautiful. I like the images, but I have to use the deck as an oracle with the poetic verses in the book. Right, okay, cool. Diane, somebody said Diane. Diane, did I see you come in? There you are. You snuck in and I didn't even see you. It is lovely to see you. I hope you're doing okay. Um, let's see. Trigram. Could not remember that for the life of me. Hit on my live the other day. Oh, really? I've it's one of the things I do remember because I know tri means 3 and hexa means 6. That's the only reason I know what they are. Um, the laminated reference sheets are cool. Yeah, they work well for me, so they do, because I'm not one of these people that likes to, like fumble through a book and be like, right, okay, what one's that? That's 26, right? I need to move on a wee bit. Oh, there's 34. So I'm not. The books have their place. Do you know what I mean? They're good for when you want to really delve in and say, right, I'm really interested in this one. Tell me more about that. But if I'm kind of doing a bit of reading for myself, I'd rather just have something quick where I can glance and see, right, okay, there we are. That's that one. That's what that is. And yeah, that just works best for me. Um, I've really been getting into the I Ching recently, Chris, and I love the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. I love that the Spirit Keeper's Tarot incorporates it. Yeah, yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? It's really nice the way that it's done. Um, what decks did you decide to bring with you on holiday, Chris? What decks did I bring? Right, okay. So I brought. Am I going to be able to remember now? Well, first of all, I brought a playing card deck. You've probably seen me talk about this before. It is just a playing card deck, but Sandy got it with a game. So he did. It's the Fable playing card. I think it was like an Xbox 360 game. It is beautiful, beautiful card stock. It looks really aged. That's the effect of it. But it's quite old as well, you know. But you know, kind of a quite worn looking, and I think it's stunning. Like the courts and the aces as well are really cool. Um, Joker, a chicken in a teapot, so random. Or a rooster in a teapot, or is it cockerel? Who knows? Anyway, yeah. So I brought that. That's upside down. In terms of tarot decks, I brought. So I knew I was going to be reading for my mum. So I brought my Lightseers Tarot, which is kind of my, you know, standard, deck that I read with. I also brought my this is my deck that's got reversals shuffled into it because as much as I don't generally read with reversals, when I'm reading timing, I use reversals a lot. They're quite important to the way that I read timing. Um, and for anyone that's not seen me do it, when I say I read timing, I don't mean I'm predicting that X is going to happen on Tuesday, the 27th of December, 20 whatever, that's not what I mean. What I mean is like the way I look at it is, let's look and see when there's going to be shifts. Do you know what I mean? So if you're saying to me, right, you know, what does my career look like? When is there going to be a shift in my career? Then we can look at it and say, right, okay, well, Two of Swords, for example, first deacon in Libra, so you're maybe looking at the end of September, there's going to be a shift in your career. And if there's reversals that come up first, then to me, those are telling me this is what needs to be overcome or worked on first. This is what we need to do first before we're kind of in a place for that change to happen or for that thing to happen. So I mean, it's still predictive. Don't get me wrong. It's like it is what it is. But that's kind of the way that I read it. The other one was the Psychic Tarot, and this is why I say I knew I was going to be reading for my mum. So the Psychic Tarot has got it's a deck that's got keywords on it. So the way that I do it is I just kind of spread them out and get her to pick one. Before she starts, she'll pick one and we'll just kind of set it aside. And we'll do the reading with the light seers, and then at the end I'll say, right, let's turn that over, let's see what you got. We got suffering and silence. Do you know what I mean? And that just gives a kind of an overview of the reading. And because it's something that she can read and I'm not interpreting for her, it's just like she has a look at it, she reads the keyword, and that's got a message for her. So that's the way I do it. And I also brought the Sufi Tarot because I'd just got it and I wanted to work with it a wee bit. So I just did my own wee readings, my own wee kind of daily readings with that. And I think that was it. I think that was all. Was that 5? The playing card deck, the Sufi, and the 3 reading decks. Yeah, that was the 5 that I brought with me. I ended up buying 4 decks, 4 I think, when I was over there, including that I Ching deck. So yeah, those are the decks that I took on holiday to answer your question, in a very great amount of detail there, Donna. Let's see, people are still saying hello. Let's see. Deanne says Max is here with me and he would love a shout out. Oh, hello, Max. I hope that you're doing okay. Your mum sent me your picture the other day, and you had a really cool hat on, and she told me that you're wearing that hat quite a lot just now because it keeps your hair out of your eyes. Well, I think it's a really cool hat, and I think you should keep wearing it. And your mum might not thank me for saying that, but I love your hat. Um, so yeah, um, we will need to. Hopefully, we'll be able to. Hopefully, we'll see you soon, Max. We'll see you on the screen at some point with your mum at some point soon. That would be good, wouldn't it? Heather's here. Hi, Heather. How you doing? If I've missed anyone, by the way, then apologies. A big collective hello to everyone, as always. Let's see. Let's see. Regina says, doing okay, getting ready for a craft fair on Saturday, trying to finish these pieces before it's time to pack and arrange. Do you know, my in-laws do a craft fair, so they do. So my mother-in-law does, what is it she does actually? They're very kind of, they're quite artistic, like his mum, it's just occurred to me, I don't actually know what she does. Like she does lots of different things. She does kind of a knitting and is it even knitting? She does lots of crafty things, so she does, and she creates stuff. Um, his brother, I know his brother does it as well, and he's like right into woodworking. So he creates like beautiful, really, really nice like chopping boards and coasters and like proper big solid wood um like wood products. Uh Really, really nice stuff. So they do a craft fair, so they do. So just when you said that there, that reminded me. Let's see. I love how our American friends say bring past tense. Bring. Bring in the past tense. Brought. Brought. Brought doesn't sound like a word anymore. Do you ever do that where sometimes the way that a word sounds in your mouth, you're like, am I saying that right? Like really simple words. I was talking about this recently. Uh, let's see. We've got Lady Kipira. Uh, Lady Kipira Ank says, greetings from Nevada. Hermetic Tarot fan here. Well, hello, it's lovely to see you. I think I've got the Hermetic Tarot behind me. Yup. I'm a fan of it too. It's one that I don't use as often, just because I've got, lots of beautifully coloured decks that do the same thing. But there is something really kind of really nice about it. Thoth is probably my least used of it's the one of the three big systems, and it's the one that I probably dabble in the least. Let's see, Benny Bell's got to go. Day job meeting. Enjoy your meeting. I hope it goes well. Thank you very much for popping in. That was really sweet of you. Let's see. Thank you for satisfying my curiosity. You're very welcome, Donna. Anytime. See, so you said that's amazing. Ask them for words of wisdom. This is my second go at it. What do we say? Took. Uh, what did you take with you? Maybe it's an age thing. What did you take with you? I think we say that as well, don't we? Like take rather than bring and took rather than brought. I think I say that. I took. Hang on. I went to the shops and I took my niece with me. Yeah, I say took. I say take and took. Feels like I'm constantly coughing when I'm live. Do you know what I mean? That I'm not really that. I don't cough that much any other time. It just seems to be when I'm live. Maybe I'm like I'm hoping you can all still hear me. I should probably check that, shouldn't I? Settings, audio. Yep, we're still working. Um, Maybe I'm allergic to, or maybe this is dusty or something, and that might be what it is. It's a shame because this is quite a good sounding microphone, I think. Um, Still wish I can make it there, Regina, says Debbie. How far are Regina and Debbie? How far are you guys from each other? Do you use quite a distance, or is it like driving distance where you could go? There will be a next chance, Debbie. I know it. V Kestrel says hi, lurking, and lovely to be here in the background. It's lovely to have you. Oh, thank you, Heather. Yeah, I just when I it's got you can probably see them. This has got buttons here. That button's how I turn it on and off. So when I went to lift that there, it made a beep in my ear, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope I've not muted it or something daft like that. Uh, about an hour. Oh, that's not too bad. I've seen us drive more than an hour to get to like a game shop or something. So I would definitely drive an hour to go and see Regina. Just Regina. It doesn't even need to be a craft fair. Oh, so you live about an hour from where the craft fair is, right? Cool. So yeah, I was thinking today. I know that last time I was live, I was going through the Total Tarot decks. But I thought since I'm just back from holiday, I would share my I would show you what I got because I'd filmed that video. I'll probably still refilm it, to be fair. But I thought I'll show you the decks that I got. So you've seen the I Ching one, and that's that I'm really pleased with that. So I'm. I think it's stunning. I'll maybe show you some more of the cards if you want. Uh, I thought I turned that big light off. Do you know that? I've just looked up and it's on. So yeah, so you've seen the kind of a starting one. So let me show you some like from the middle. So like how it's got like three solid lines and then like one broken line at the top and two solid. So like the three solid lines is heaven. So it's like one on top of the other. So so that's heaven over something. If I can find my cheat sheet again. One that's broke at the top is lake. So heaven over lake. Um, this is earth over heaven. So if we look at like the book, because I've not filled out the back like the table yet. So hexagram 11. So earth over heaven is peace. So that's the key word that we get from that. So if I was to pull that, then it's peace, which the two of swords I think is peace actually when and the golden dawn keywords, isn't it? So you might get that kind of a feel from it. I don't really think of the two of swords as peace if I'm totally honest with you though. So let's see, this is heaven over earth, trigram 12, or hexagram 12, sorry. Lull, lull. The book does have like this kind of a line 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm not 100% sure what that's about. I need to actually read the blurb at the start of the book. I don't know if it's like it just gives us like a 6 card spread and it's telling you what the card means if it's in line 6, 5, depending on what line it's on. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's how it works. It's really cute. So the broken line in the middle was fire, so this is heaven over fire. The golds, the the hexagram is painted on with is kind of as you can see, it's kind of it's matte, but it still has like a sheen to it. Fire over heaven. So it's earth over mountain, thunder over earth. I don't really need to tell you what they are doing. Just want to see the images. So yeah, as I say, it's the art is very kind of a quite simplistic, but really beautiful at the same time. Kind of, do you know what it puts me in mind of? The Line Strider Tarot. I know that's probably the last deck that you might associate with like a an I Ching deck, but it just I don't know, there's something about the artwork, just has that feel. Heather, I can see you've asked if I am a gamer. Um, Funnily enough, there's only certain games that I play. I always play the Pokemon games, and I got the new Pokemon game whilst I was on holiday actually. So we went and walked to a game in Gran Canaria, and I got Pokemon Scarlet. Um, and I play like the Star Wars games when they come out. I'll tend to play them, but I'm not a massive gamer. My husband, on the other hand, is. He plays all the games. um, he's just completed God of War Ragnarok, which is a fantastic game. Like even just for me as someone kind of watching it, tuning into it, absolutely fantastic. See if you're into your like your Norse mythology and stuff, really really good. So yeah, um, so that's the I Ching deck. It's made by AGM. You've probably seen that. I'll show you the box. I'll put that there. Oh, so you guys play Elder Scrolls? That's cool. I find this deck especially beautiful because of the traditional style brushwork. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's really, really nice. Just really appealing. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, um, but hey ho. Um, the next one that I got was the Tarot del Necronomicon. Um, I think this is just called the Necronomicon Tarot, in English. It's the artwork is stunning. It's a very dark deck. The artwork's really nice. Um, why is that there? Mm. I must have. Oh, I think all I need to do is that, and then they're in order. They were in a weird order then. I was like, I didn't shuffle that. Yeah, quite dark. Don't know if maybe if I turn the thingy light on, if that'll help. Does that help? Mess about with the white balance. Don't know. But anyway, what I would say, if you like the look of this deck, and if you can find if you can find a walkthrough or something, have a look at it first before you get it. Check all of the images and make sure that you're comfortable with them all. I won't show it just now. I won't show it like on a live. The Hanged Man card. Uh, I'm pretty sure it. In fact, I'm going to kind of a check off camera here, but I'm pretty sure it depicts someone actually. Yeah, it does. it depicts someone actually hanging by the neck rather than by the foot, which is what we're normally used to. That's not for everyone. Do you know what I mean? That might be quite disturbing for some. So it's just a bit of a warning. Like, if you're liking the look of it and you're doing going to do that thing where you're like, oh, I'm just going to get it. I would just want you to know that before you get it. And I'm not sure. I've not gone through every single image in detail. There might be some other images you know, that are kind of um, not so nice as well. So just check it out before you buy it. Chariot card. Skip some. Let's see, what are some of the cards that people like to see? Death card is unusual. The big ass door. Um, this is Temperance, the Devil. I think the Devil's quite cool. Tower. Let's see, we'll skip some. The minors are fairly illustrated, and some of them do kind of go in line with like what you'd expect in terms of like Rider-Waite Smith. So like two of cups, three of cups, four of cups, looking quite dissatisfied. That's all ringing true, but it does get a bit weird um, when you go through some of the other suits. Um, Two of Pentacles. See, that's just bizarre for a two of Pentacles, in, as far as I'm concerned. Um, Sorry, I'm conscious I'm not really showing any of these off. See, that's, there or thereabouts. Skip some. What's this? Two of Wands. See, I mean, it looks like it could maybe be some sort of business negotiation, business deal. And I know some, like, two of Wands, some sort of business partnership they might see in that. So maybe at a stretch. Um, Three of Wands, I'm not sure. Oh, we've got company. So the other exciting thing that's happened is I've got a wee dog. Let me just change the screen. Right, Luna, come on up. Luna, Luna. Okay, she's wanting to go back to her dad, but let me just quickly introduce her. This is Luna. So nice. So this is our new wee dog that we got on Sunday. Um, and she's been good as gold. So she has, mostly. Um, so yeah, I wanted everyone to meet her. So say hi, Luna. There we go. Kisses for everyone. Right, you can go back to dad now. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually, I'm not. I should go back to the chat because I don't want to ignore you. About an hour. Are you a gamer? Play Elder Scrolls. Uh, Art, brushwork. Right, Robin says, I've never heard of Gran Canaria. I had to look it up, learn something every day. Yeah, in the Canary Islands. Really, really nice place. Um, They've got a big kind of it's quite a big gay attraction. They've got a centre there called the Yumbo Centre. It's a big, massive place during the day. It's lots of shops, markets, stalls, and stuff. And then at night, it becomes like a big kind of the like clubs, bars, all that kind of a thing. Um, we were there quite a few times, both during the day and at night. It's really, really good. We really enjoyed it. Um, This is called so that's the Necronomicon. This is called the Dark Grimoire Tarot in English. It's basically a deck based on H.P. Lovecraft stories and creepiness. Yeah, I do get that from it. I've got the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot, and this is kind of in that vein. So yeah, no, that makes sense. Um, let's see. Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen. How you doing? I think I mentioned you earlier when I was talking about runes. Um, so speak of the devil and they shall appear. This has got a mind of its own, this deck. Swishing about. What's this? The Two of Swords. I've got somebody playing the violin. I don't understand why that's the Two of Swords. Um, the Three of Swords I like, it's not our traditional Three of Swords, but it's, there's a book there. So I get learning, I get, developing the mind, growing the mind, which works for me actually. There are lots of wee ghosties kicking about, and I don't know why that is, but hey ho, we can, the book's there. So anyway, yeah, that's the Tarot del Necronomicon, or Dark Grimoire Tarot apparently in English. So Heather's having dinner. See you later, everyone. See you later, Heather. Thanks very much for popping in. Robin's got a walkthrough of it. Cool. We'll definitely check it out then. Feel free to post a link if you can find one, Robin. Oh, that was when Luna popped in to see us. I can see everyone saying, "Oh, cute dog." Has she nosed her way into the snake pit? I'll keep them in a pack. No, she's to be fair, she's not really taking any interest in the snakes, and their vivariums. I do. I've got a budgie downstairs, so I have, and she's kind of a curious because obviously the budgie chirps and makes noise, so she's like, "What is that?" And this morning, actually, when I was making a cup of tea, I turned round and she was like, she'd climbed onto the couch and onto the coffee table, and she was like right up at the budgie's cage, like investigating. So I was like, "Get down from there!" But she's really good. Yeah, got a wee dog. It was in the works for a while, so it was. We'd been planning on getting her. I'm going to turn the light on my phone off because it's. Come on, there we go. We planned to get her for a while. We actually bought her like maybe a month before. We actually she we got her. Because we knew we were going on holiday. So we thought we'll wait and actually get her because she was in that like with like a foster home kind of a thing, and I'm yapping on here. But anyway, yeah, we we've been planning on getting her for a while. Um, she's just a pup. She's 7.5 months old, so she is. Um, so yeah, very excited to have her. She's got all that puppy energy, so it's been a challenge, but she's been really good, so she has. Sandra says, I'm pretty certain the Dark Grimoire Tarot is coming up in Total Tarot magazine. Or probably, knowing my luck, it will be. I spent €24 on it. But hey ho, there you go. Right, next one that I'll show this. So this is called change the camera again. So I had never seen this before in any language. It's called Baraja Oraculo del Occultismo, and I think that just means occultism oracle deck or occult oracle deck. El Gran Secreto de la Magia Ancestral. Um, if anyone has seen this in English or anything, then let me know. Um, like if I'm wrong, but I think it might be one that's just made, you know, over there or somewhere else. Um, the book's all in Spanish, and as are the kind of a card titles. but the book's it's like a hardcover wee book, so it is kind of a like the ones that you get with the whatever company it is that makes like the Cosmic Slumber and the Modern Witch Tarot. Um, wee Ladybird books, it's like that, only obviously you can see it's bigger. Um, but as I say, it's all in Spanish, which is fine. I mean, I can kind of understand some words, like the keywords and stuff. And I've got Google Lens for anything that I don't, for everything else. So from what I can gather, the deck is kind of a split into different, different sections, like not quite suits, but different sections. So you've got um, Didades, which I think was deities, Zodiacal, which is the zodiac, Espiritus, which is spirits, Sentimientos, which is feelings, and Personajes, which is characters, I think. And then this one says, I'm taking that as like double, you know, double symbolism. But um, yeah, and then when you're going through and looking at each kind of a card, oh, my table camera just stopped there for some reason. Okay, know the best, but never mind. When you're going through and looking at each card, like it tells you up the top, kind of what section it's from. So yeah, the cards are really, really nice. They're very heavily laminated, very shiny. You can see the gold is kind of a shiny there. These are the backs, by the way. And then yeah, you've got like the front. This is what they look like. They're not like color coded, but they are all kind of a very bright colors. Um, so it's quite a nice deck. It wasn't what I was expecting when I bought like an occultism deck. I'll be honest. That seems more like the Disney characters deck to be the way the artwork and the bright colors and stuff. Um, but still, it's nice. Something a bit different, and it's something that I mean, I was looking it up uh, earlier, yesterday, I think, or the other day when I was filming that video, because I wanted to see whether I wanted to look it up and just find out more about it when I was filming the video on it. And from what I can see, you can't really get it here, or you can't very easily get it here. It wasn't readily available anyway from a quick search. Gato. So I should explain when I say zodiac, it's based on the Celtic zodiac rather than our zodiac that we use. So I don't think it's quite the same as ours. Snake, el caballito de mar, seahorse, el cuervo. So yeah, quite a nice wee find, and it's a wee memento from Gran Canaria for me, which I'm quite pleased about. I think it'll be quite easy to read with, like intuitively as well. Just once I kind of get to grips with what all the titles are, because I don't know all of these words. But I don't think it will take me long to translate them and then to pick it up, because I've obviously got the images to help me as well. A Cathador or Casador, if you're not speaking with a Castilian tongue. Recollectora, Pastortilo, and so on and so forth. Oh, that's quite cool. La Ondina, El Nomo, sitting on a toadstool, Robin. Right. So yeah, that's the Occultismo Oracle deck. Comes in this kind of a quite cool box as well. It's quite like it's got a top the card, so you can see where the cards in the book sit, and then the top slides on like that. So, I mean, probably doesn't need to take up as much space as what it does, but hey-ho, it does. Thankfully, I had, plenty of kilograms left in my suitcase when I was coming home and plenty of room too. Eh, yeah, they said that. That's okay, you'll have a backup. Yeah, true. Or I could do a wee giveaway, couldn't I? I found it buried with my lives dark grimoire walkthrough. Cool. And yeah, that has posted as a link, so if anyone wants to check out Robin's walkthrough of it, then please do. I should really tidy up I should tidy as I go. I don't like turning my back to the camera. That's why I always tend to end up with a big bunch of decks scattered about me when I'm live. Um, and I think there's just one more. There's one more that I got on holiday, and then I've got an extra, a birthday present that I got from the very lovely Justin Michael. Um, but yeah, the last one that I got when I was on holiday is the Afro Brazilian tarot. Now I believe that this is intended to be based. Let me actually read it from the a tarot dedicated to the deities of the Yoruban religion and Brazilian Um, candomblé. The Yoruba are an African people of Nigeria that have constantly imbued artistic works, especially ceramics and iron, with culture and a sense of beauty, revealing a great respect and appreciation for nature. Many of these are the result of artistic inspiration connected with the spiritual world. So the deck was, let me see, does it tell us? So the names mentioned on the box are Alice Santana and Giuseppe Palumbo. Um, the I really like the kind of the borderless style of the deck, and the artwork is stunning. Um, I'm not sure how know I'm it's based on like the Orishas. I'm not sure how much justice the deck does to that to that religion. I'm not really best placed to judge that kind of a thing. So it would be interesting to see a walkthrough of this deck from someone who, does, whose practice does incorporate the Orishas. I think I might go looking for something like that actually, because I'd be quite curious. So that's something that I'm not sure about. But just in terms of, surface level, looking at the artwork, it's really nice. The only thing I would say is if you're looking for like a Rider-Waite Smith kind of a style deck in terms of the minors, I don't think this is really that. Um, like there's your Four of Cups. So that doesn't really make me think what we would normally associate as the Four of Cups. Um, but the images are stunning, and you can probably kind of read it intuitively. But it's just something to bear in mind. It doesn't follow that traditional kind of a Rider-Waite Smith style um, that we're used to. I'm skipping cards here just so as that I'm just showing you some of them. So these are the Pentacles. So my table camera stopped working, so I'm having to hold these up to the camera, which isn't always ideal. Um, I think this is the Page of Wands, maybe? No, this is the King of Wands. Yeah, and these are the backs of the cards, by the way, for anyone that's interested. So yeah, that's the Afro Brazilian tarot. by Alice Santana and Giuseppe Palumbo. And I'm conscious I'm coming up to 10 o'clock, so I will pop the banner on. So for anyone who would like a reading, please feel free to pop your question in the chat. You can use capitals, or you can tag me, or you can just stick it in the chat. To be honest, I'll probably catch it. It's not like there's like loads and loads of messages scrolling by. So yeah, just pop your questions in the chat, and I shall. What deck will I use actually? There's a question. What deck will I read with? Shall we use? Let's use the Heart and Hands Tarot. This is a new one. I don't know if I've showed this before. It's a new one that I got relatively recently, and it's quite a nice wee deck, so it is. It reminds me of the. I think I have shown it actually. Now that I say that, I think I might have shown it. I know when I showed it, it wasn't on a live, so maybe I've not shown you guys this. But yeah, this reminds me kind of the bonfire tarot. But it's black and white, and these are the backs. So yeah, I'll use this one. If anyone's got a question, then pop it in. But yeah, the last deck that I wanted to quickly share with you was a gift from Justin. It was a birthday gift from Justin. So thanks very much for this, Justin. And it's the Celtic Tree Oracle, and this is based on the Ogham. So there's 25 cards, one for each kind of a letter of the alphabet. Bay, Luis. The cards, these are quite big cards, compared to like just like a normal tarot size. I'll let you see it. That's kind of a your size comparison. So quite big. The cardstock reminds me of Poppy Palin's Everyday Enchantment Tarot. So it's that kind of a silky matte cardstock. The Ogham aren't something that I've kind of worked with before. So I'm looking forward to kind of so this is another system that I'm going to be able to get into through working with a deck. I loved it. I love kind of a card decks for that. So yeah, it's absolutely stunning. So it is. Did I show you the back? This beautiful Celtic kind of a knot on it. Oh, look at that, heather mistletoe. Beautiful. I love the colours. Oh, excuse me. And the last card is to see more. So yeah, thanks again, Justin. This deck was made by Blue Angel. I think that's the same people that do the Dreams of Gaia tarot. Let's see. Right, well, I try and fix the table camera before I do readings, actually. Let's see what's going on with it. Do this. Reconnect it. Allow. There we go. We're back in business. Oh, that was going to fall there. Hopefully back in business. Right. So Sandra says I love tree decks. There's the tarot of trees. Have you got that, Sandra? What do you think of that? Uh, Quite a while ago, I asked you whether my husband should retire or wait another year. He waited. Today is his first official day of retirement. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Um, what did Can you remember what the reading said? Because I don't. I think I remember I did I do like a kind of a options type spread where it was like, let's look and see what they say for retiring now. Let's look and see what they say for in a year. Um, but that's amazing. So today's wow. I would love to retire. Do you know that? See, just after being off work for 2 weeks, I would just love to retire. To not just be permanently on holiday. Um, be amazing. So I'm not jealous of your husband at all, Debbie. But I hope that yeah, I wish him a happy, amazing retirement. Has he got like any kind of a plans? Anything that he's planning on doing? Any projects lined up or anything like that? Uh, it's been off since Thanksgiving. Use it up. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Use it up some sick days and vacation days. Oh, that's cool. Um, let's see. Right. Does anyone have any questions for me, or am I just pulling a card for the collective? Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Davy says my son's just about to buy a house, so he will have lots of projects. Good for him, and good for your son as well, I guess. um, is it? Does the lady? Is he picked the house that he's buying? Do you know what I mean? Is it like is it pretty much a done deal? And is it a house that needs work done? I guess is the question that I'm leading up to. Like, is there lots of things that need to be done to it? Or is it? Are they just wanting to do some work to kind of make it their own? Uh, I think I have that deck, says Regina. Yeah, it's a cool deck. It reminds me of the is it the Bonfire or Bonefire Tarot? Bonefire. I had to look up at it. It's Bonefire. And that's the deck that me and you read with together, Regina, when we were live together. We read with the Bonefire Tarot. I think that was when you came on my channel. Um, but yeah, this reminds me of that. Uh, I have a question, says Kristen. I'm getting involved with a new group, a local community. What do the cards say about them? Will there be good friendships formed, etc.? What do the cards have to say about your new community that you're getting involved with? Okay, so let's see. We've got the Nine of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Strength cards. So potentially quite a fiery community. Passions running quite high. I think we're seeing with the Nine of Wands. Um, whatever the community's about, um, it feels like people care about it. People care about the community, and they care about the thing that's. For example, if it's the tarot community, people care about tarot. Do you know what I mean? So whatever the community is, people care about it. Um, to a point where some people might be a bit gatekeepery and maybe a wee bit defensive, because like this looks to me like a gate. Um, I don't think that's something to be deterred because, there is beauty in this card as well. Do you know what I mean? I It's people are obviously kind of, quite highly passionate about it and, you know, the Nine of Wands, that high passion energy, that's something that can be channeled in a good way, in a really kind of a good positive way, um, as well as it can sometimes lead us to getting a wee bit burnt as well. Your advice card that you've got is the Two of Pentacles. So this is, to me, you're maybe going to have a bit of a hard time balancing your role in this community with, the rest of the stuff that you've got on in life. Um, so potentially it's the kind of a thing that you're going to be wanting to be more and more involved in, and you might find life is kind of a pulling you away. And what the Two of Pentacles maybe says to me is just prioritize. You know, Obviously we've all got kind of we need to live, we need to work to, or we need to keep ourselves going in some way. Um, but at the same time, I think sometimes we tell ourselves like, "Oh, that thing's really urgent. I really need to get that done." That's not always the case. Sometimes we kind of play tricks on ourselves, and we convince ourselves that we need to get all 10 of those things done and get them done right now. But in actual fact, when we kind of take a bit of a step back and look at it, maybe half of them aren't as big as what we think they are, as what we tell ourselves that they are. So keep in perspective, keeping your kind of a priorities in check, and I suppose just keeping a down to earth view on all the stuff that you've got on might help you kind of prioritize your time and spend more time doing the stuff that you love doing. The strength card is your outcome card for it, and that feels really positive. That tells me that you're going to gain a lot of confidence from doing from being a part of this community. Um, you're really going to kind of come into yourself, I think, is what I see, and really kind of get a real sense of your own self worth. Remember, strength is kind of a link to that Leo energy, that kind of um, Leos are they're very confident and they kind of know their worth. That's the cool thing about Leos is they're not like some of the rest of us where we're quite timid and um, maybe a bit more shy about blowing our own trumpet. Leos don't tend to have as much of a problem in that kind of a area. So I feel as though that's just going to kind of lead to you being more confident. It's going to let you just kind of show parts of yourself that you've maybe not shown before. I don't mean physically, by the way. I mean like just being more confident with different aspects of your personality, but maybe physically as well. I don't know. Maybe there's parts of yourself that you've been dying to show off, Kristen, that you've not been able to yet. And if that is the case, then I hope that what this is saying is that you'll be able to do that. Because why the fuck not? So yeah, that is looking really good. Just kind of a work on your prioritizing it with your kind of everyday life. Might be some strong characters that might initially seem a wee bit, that might deter you a wee bit initially, but kind of a stick with it. And there's, they feel like a good bunch really, and it feels like there's a lot to be gained from your role in that community. So yeah, that's all looking good. Okay, let's see. Oh, should be closing next week, says Debbie. They want to put a new kitchen before they move in. Right, nice. That'll be really cool. Do you ever ask questions just to put the tarot to the test, like you might do with Siri or Alexa? As in, ask a question that I already know the answer to see whether it gives me an accurate answer. Um, I mean, not in not in that way. I'll sometimes kind of if I'm struggling for questions to ask, like for sample questions for something, like if I'm doing the Mary L group or something, or I don't know. If I'm just playing with cards, and sometimes I'll ask questions like I might use not famous characters, but like fictional characters. Do you know what I mean? Um, so should like Twilight, for example, should Bella go with Edward or Jacob, or um, What else is there? Star Wars. Um, tell me about Darth Vader. Tell me about his character. That kind of a thing. I don't think I would necessarily be like, is the sky blue? Or like ask something that has a definite answer just because I don't know, I don't know. Because I feel if I know the answer, then that's I'm gonna be biased in how I'm reading those cards. Um, so anyway. Remember reading with the bonfire together, yeah. Kristen, is this a different group than the one you mentioned several months back? Yep, definitely passionate people. Sounds accurate. That's good. That's good. I'm glad it was helpful. Or a silly question like, why is the sky blue? Uh, yeah, um, I mean, there's no harm in asking, but it's not something that I tend to ask very often, to be honest. Um, okay, does anyone else have a question that they want me to put to the cards? And are we all quite happy? Let me quickly shove some of these back just now, because my husband will be working at my desk tomorrow. I don't want it being covered in cards when he goes to start working. Hmm. Well, that was for the hand and heart animals, wasn't it? Tara, who do you favour, Chris or Sandy? I will put that to them. I'll pull I'll do a 3-card spread. Okay. So let's pull a card for Chris, a card for Sandy, and then an overarching card. This will be interesting. Uh, right, me. Prince of Cups. That's nice. That's so I think this does Princess, Prince, Queen, King. That's like the Knight of Cups. That's probably, you know, I'm usually associate myself with the Page of Cups just because I don't know. But Prince of Cups isn't far off. That's someone who loves people and loves to interact with people and build relationships and stuff. That's probably quite accurate to how I kind of see myself. Fair enough. I'll agree with that. I'm happy with that. I'll take it as a compliment. What about Sandy? King of Pentacles. Okay. So much more practical, much more down to earth, very kind of conscious of like material matters. Got his eye on the bigger picture. Got his eye on maybe like the purse strings and making sure everything's okay and stuff. And quite a sensible head on him, I would say, for management and business and managing things and stuff. That's quite interesting actually. Um, and then together, temperance, the perfect mix. The perfect balance of opposites. Um, that's quite a nice wee reading, isn't it? Right, okay, I like that. I was worried that we were going to get the 10 of arseholes for me or something like that. That wouldn't have been very flattering, would it? Right. I feel as though the chat is is quietening down a wee bit, so this might be unless anyone else has anything that they want me to pull card for, in which case I'll be more than happy to do so. But this might be a good time for me to kind of pull a card for everyone and finish up. Um, oh, do you know what I was going to mention actually? Let me look and see what the accurate figure is just now. But my subscribers are almost at 1,000. 975. So I've got 25 to go before I hit that 1,000. The 1,000 doesn't bother me as much anymore because the the reason I was aiming for it before was because that was when I would get my community tab and I could do my wee community messages. But I think you get that at 500 now. So I got that a while back. So it's not, it's not as big a deal anymore, but still I'm 25 off 1,000 subscribers. Um so yeah, we're almost there. We're almost at 1,000. Right, let's pull a card for everyone. We've got our cards. We've got the Eight of Cups. So it's time to go out on an adventure. If you feel that something's not quite right or maybe something's missing this weekend, then be brave and go for it. Don't settle for second best kind of a thing. If you know that something's not right, if you know something's just not quite feeling right, it might be a feeling in yourself, it might be something major and profound, or maybe it's just something maybe it's just an inkling, it's a feeling about a particular situation, you know. Listen to your intuition. You see how the moon's there? Listen to your intuition. It's a time to kind of pay attention to the hairs in the back of your neck. It's a time to kind of just if you just know that something's not quite right, you're not sure what it is that's needed in order to fill that gap yet. Although to be honest, another wee glass of wine wouldn't go amiss. Who could complain at that? But you're maybe not quite sure what it is that you're looking for, but you know that something's not right. So be that I think what this card is saying is it's a time for going out on a journey. It's a time for being brave, and sometimes the hardest thing is to admit to yourself that something's not quite right, because admitting to yourself that something's not right or something's amiss, that it then means that you need to, once we admit that, then we need to do something about it, It means we need to make a change, and change can be scary, you know. Going out onto this path when I mean, I've already got 8 glasses of wine, who can more glasses of wine than you could really shake a stick at. Um, do I really want to abandon that in order to just find this one last thing? But if you know in your heart that something's not quite there, then well, I suppose that's the choice that we make, isn't it? Do I or don't I? But time for listening to our instincts this weekend and for going out and finding that extra piece of the puzzle that just kind of makes things right. Um, so yeah, I hope that we all have a great weekend. Is that's like it's like a wee road, isn't it? So maybe there's just like a wee road trip in store for us. I know that I'm going to be going some places. Tomorrow I'm taking Luna to the vet for her first checkup. I'm also looking after my niece. So there's that. Taking Luna to the vet. Um, on Saturday, I think we're going to see Sandy's folks, so we'll be driving for a bit. So yeah, I'll be spending some time on the road. Um, and who knows, maybe there will be a glass of wine. Of course, at the end of the day, not when I've still got driving to do. Um, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for keeping me company. It's been lovely to catch up with y'all after I think it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks is right, since I last seen you. So thanks very much for being here. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye bye.